Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up and get ready for a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Today, we are going to dive deep into a topic that has the power to transform your life, skyrocket your success, and unleash your true potential. Are you ready? Let's begin. Picture this. You are standing at the starting line of your life's greatest race, the finish line. Your dreams, your goals, your ultimate vision of success. Now, here's the million-dollar question. Where are you looking? Are your eyes fixed firmly on that finish line, or are you glancing left and right, wondering what everyone else is doing? If you want to succeed, truly succeed, then it's time to shift your focus. It's time to turn that spotlight inward and shine it brightly on yourself. Because here's the truth, your success, your happiness, your fulfillment, it all starts and ends with you. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but is not it important to be aware of my competition? Should not I keep an eye on what others are doing? And sure, there's a time and place for healthy competition and market awareness. But when it comes to achieving your personal best, to reaching heights you have never reached before, the real magic happens when you zero in on yourself. When an Olympic athlete is preparing for the race of their life, do they spend their time worrying about what their competitors are eating for breakfast? Do they lose sleep over the brand of shoes the other runners are wearing? Of course not. They're too busy fine-tuning their own performance, pushing their own limits, and focusing on being the absolute best version of themselves. And that is exactly what I'm challenging you to do today. I want you to become the Olympic athlete of your own life. I want you to train harder, dig deeper, and push further than you ever have before. But here's the kicker. I want you to do it all while keeping your eyes firmly fixed on your own lane. Now, let's break this down. Why is focusing on yourself so crucial for success? Well, there are several compelling reasons, and I'm going to walk you through each one. So grab a pen and paper because you are going to want to take notes on this. First and foremost, focusing on yourself allows you to tap into your unique strengths and talents. Each and every one of you sitting here today has a special combination of skills, experiences, and qualities that no one else on this planet possesses. You are quite literally one of a kind. And when you focus on yourself, you give yourself the opportunity to really explore and develop those unique attributes. Think about some of the most successful people in history. Steve Jobs did not create Apple by trying to copy IBM. He looked inward, tapped into his own vision and creativity, and revolutionized the tech industry. Oprah Winfrey did not become a media mogul by imitating other talk show hosts. She embraced her own style, her own voice, and changed the face of television. These individuals achieved extraordinary success not by obsessing over their competition, but by doubling down on their own strengths and passions. And that's exactly what I'm urging you to do. Identify your unique talents, your special skills, your particular way of seeing the world, and then pour your energy into developing and refining those qualities. Focusing on yourself is not just about leveraging your strengths. It's also about having the courage to face your weaknesses head on. This is where many people falter. It's so much easier to point fingers, to blame circumstances or other people for our shortcomings. But true growth, true success, comes from looking in the mirror and saying, okay, here's where I need to improve. When you focus on yourself, you give yourself permission to be brutally honest about your weaknesses. That kind of honesty is not always comfortable, but it is always, always valuable. Because once you identify those areas for improvement, you can create a concrete plan to address them. Maybe you need to develop better time management skills. Perhaps you need to work on your public speaking abilities. Or it could be that you need to cultivate more discipline in your daily habits. Whatever it is, by focusing on yourself, you are taking the first crucial step towards improvement. When you start actively working on your weaknesses, something magical happens. You start to build confidence, real unshakable confidence. Not the kind that comes from comparing yourself favorably to others, but the kind that comes from knowing you are constantly growing, constantly improving, constantly becoming a better version of yourself. Why focusing on yourself is so important for success? It allows you to set meaningful, personalized goals. When you are constantly looking at what others are doing, it's easy to fall into the trap of adopting their goals as your own. But here's the truth. What works for someone else might not work for you. What brings fulfillment to another person might leave you feeling empty. When you focus on yourself, you give yourself the space to really think about what you want out of life. Not what society tells you to want, not what your parents or friends or colleagues think you should want, but what you truly desire. And let me tell you, there's incredible power in that kind of self-awareness. I want you to take a moment right now and ask yourself, what does success look like to me? What kind of life do I want to be living 5 years from now, 10 years from now? What achievements would make me feel truly proud and fulfilled? These are big questions, and they're not always easy to answer. But by focusing on yourself, by really digging deep and exploring your own values, passions, and aspirations, you can start to craft goals that are truly meaningful to you. And when your goals are aligned with your authentic self, you will find that you have so much more motivation and energy to pursue them. Think about it this way. Have you ever tried to follow a diet or exercise plan that worked wonders for a friend, only to find yourself miserable and giving up after a week? That's because you were trying to force yourself into someone else's mold. But when you create a health and fitness plan that's tailored to your own body, your own preferences, your own lifestyle, suddenly it becomes so much easier to stick with it. The same principle applies to all areas of life. When you set goals that are truly your own, you will find that you have an almost inexhaustible well of motivation to draw from. Because you're not just chasing some abstract idea of success. You are pursuing a vision of life that resonates deeply with who you are. Now, I can already hear some of you thinking, but what about networking? What about learning from others? Is not that important too? And you are absolutely right. Success doesn't happen in a vacuum. We all need mentors, supporters, collaborators. But here's the key. Even when you are learning from others, the focus should still be on your own growth and development. When you attend a seminar or read a book or have a conversation with a mentor, approach it with the mindset of, how can I apply this to my own journey? How can I use this information to become a better version of myself? It's not about copying someone else's path to success. It's about gathering tools and insights that you can use to forge your own path. When you approach networking and learning with this self-focused mindset, you will find that you actually become much more valuable to others. Because you are not just regurgitating information or mimicking behaviors. You are synthesizing knowledge. You are applying insights in unique ways. You are bringing your own special perspective to the table. Now, I want to address something that often comes up when we talk about focusing on ourselves, the fear of being seen as selfish. In our society, there's often a negative connotation associated with prioritizing our own needs and growth. But I'm here to tell you that there's a world of difference between being self-focused and being selfish. Being selfish means pursuing your own interests at the expense of others. Being self-focused, on the other hand, means investing in your own growth and development so that you can show up as the best possible version of yourself. Not just for you, but for everyone around you. When you are in an airplane, what does the flight attendant always say about oxygen masks? Put your own mask on first before assisting others. Why? Because if you run out of oxygen, you won't be able to help anyone else. The same principle applies in life. By focusing on your own growth and success, you are actually putting yourself in a much better position to positively impact others. When you are constantly striving to improve yourself, when you are relentlessly pursuing your goals and dreams, you become an inspiration to others. You show them what's possible. You lift them up by your example. And as you achieve more success, you will find that you have more resources, more time, more money, more knowledge to contribute to causes and people you care about. So I want you to banish that guilt, that fear of being perceived as selfish. Recognize that by focusing on yourself and your own success, you are actually doing the world a great service. You are becoming the best possible version of yourself. And that version of you has so much more to offer the world than a version that's constantly distracted by what everyone else is doing. When you are overly concerned with others, their opinions, their achievements, their judgments, you become incredibly vulnerable to external factors. A critical comment can derail your entire day. Someone else's success can make you question your own worth. You become like a leaf in the wind, blown this way and by forces outside your control. But when you focus on yourself, when you are grounded in your own values and committed to your own growth, you develop an inner strength that's truly unshakable. Criticism becomes feedback that you can evaluate objectively and use for improvement if it's valid. Other people's successes become inspiration rather than a source of envy. You are no longer at the mercy of external validation because you are too busy validating yourself through consistent growth and achievement. This kind of resilience is absolutely crucial for long-term success. The road to achieving your dreams is never smooth. You will face setbacks. You will encounter obstacles. There will be days when it feels like the whole world is against you. And in those moments, the only thing that will keep you going is that inner strength, that unwavering belief in yourself and your vision. When you are focused on yourself, on your own growth and improvement, you develop the ability to bounce back from failures. You see setbacks not as permanent roadblocks, but as valuable learning experiences. You develop the grit and determination to keep pushing forward, even when things get tough. That kind of resilience is worth its weight in gold. It's what separates the achievers from the dreamers, the success stories from the what-ifs. It's what allows you to keep going when others would give up, to see opportunities where others see only obstacles. Now, I want to share a powerful technique that can help you maintain this self-focus, even in a world that's constantly trying to pull your attention in a million different directions. It's a simple practice, but don't let that simplicity fool you. It's incredibly powerful. I call it the daily self-check-in. How it works. Every single day, preferably in the morning, I want you to take 5 to 10 minutes to check in with yourself. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and ask yourself these questions. What am I grateful for today? What are my top priorities for the day? How am I feeling physically and emotionally? What's one thing I can do today to move closer to my goals? What's one way I can take care of myself today? Answer these questions honestly, without judgment. This is not about beating yourself up or setting unrealistic expectations. It's about tuning into yourself, understanding where you are at, and setting intentions for the day ahead. This daily practice does several important things. First, it starts your day with gratitude, which has been scientifically proven to increase happiness and resilience. Second, it helps you clarify your priorities, ensuring that you are focusing on what truly matters. Third, it encourages you to check in with your physical and emotional well-being, which is crucial for sustainable success. Fourth, it keeps you connected to your long-term goals even as you navigate the day-to-day. And finally, it reminds you to practice self-care, which is absolutely essential for maintaining the energy and enthusiasm you need to pursue your dreams. Over time, this simple practice can transform your life. It keeps you focused on yourself and your own journey rather than getting caught up in comparisons or external distractions. It helps you stay aligned with your values and goals. And perhaps most importantly, it cultivates a deep sense of self-awareness that will serve you well in all areas of life. Now, I want to address something that often comes up when we talk about focusing on ourselves. The fear of missing out, or FOMO as it's commonly known. In today's hyper-connected world, it's so easy to fall into the trap of constantly comparing our lives to others. Social media feeds us a constant stream of carefully curated highlights from other people's lives, and it's natural to sometimes think, am I falling behind? Should I be doing what they are doing? The only person you need to be better than is the person you were yesterday. When you are focused on yourself, on your own growth and progress, you free yourself from the exhausting and ultimately fruitless game of constant comparison. Every single person on this planet is on their own unique journey. We all have different starting points, different challenges, different goals. Trying to compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20 is not only unfair, it's completely meaningless. Instead of worrying about what others are doing, channel that energy into your own growth. Celebrate your own progress, no matter how small it might seem. Did you learn something new today? Celebrate that. Did you push yourself out of your comfort zone? That's worth celebrating too. Did you face a fear or overcome an obstacle absolutely worthy of celebration? When you focus on yourself, you start to find joy and fulfillment in your own progress, rather than constantly seeking validation through comparison. And let me tell you, that's an incredibly liberating way to live. Now, I want to talk about another powerful benefit of focusing on yourself: increased creativity and innovation. When you are constantly looking at what others are doing, it's easy to fall into the trap of imitation. You see something that works for someone else, and you think, I should do that too. But here's the thing. True innovation, groundbreaking success, comes from thinking outside the box, from daring to be different. When you focus on yourself, on your own unique perspective and experiences, you open yourself up to new ideas and possibilities. You give yourself permission to think creatively, to approach problems in ways that no one else has thought of before. Think about some of the most innovative companies and individuals in recent history. They did not achieve success by following the crowd or copying what others were doing. They dared to be different. They looked inward, tapped into their own unique vision, and brought something new into the world. So I challenge you to embrace your uniqueness. Don't be afraid to think differently, to approach problems in your own way. When you focus on yourself and your own growth, you might just surprise yourself with the innovative solutions and ideas you come up with. When you are focused on yourself, you give yourself the gift of time to reflect, to analyze, to learn from your experiences. This kind of self-reflection is absolutely crucial for personal growth and success. I want you to make it a habit to regularly take stock of your life. Look at your successes. What led to them? What can you learn from them? But also, and this is equally important, look at your failures and setbacks. What went wrong? What could you have done differently? How can you use this experience to grow and improve? This kind of honest self-reflection is not always easy. It requires courage to look at ourselves objectively, to acknowledge our mistakes and shortcomings. But it's through this process that we gain wisdom, that we develop the insight and understanding needed to make better decisions in the future. When you are focused on yourself, failure loses its sting. Instead of seeing failure as a reflection of your worth or a comparison to others, you see it for what it truly is, a valuable learning experience, a stepping stone on the path to success. Now, I want to address something that often holds people back from focusing on themselves, the fear of being seen as arrogant or self-centered. But here's the truth. There's a world of difference between self-focus and self-absorption. Self-absorption is all about ego. It's about thinking you are better than others, about demanding attention and recognition. Self-focus, on the other hand, is about self-improvement. It's about striving to be the best version of yourself, not for the sake of superiority, but for the sake of personal growth and the ability to contribute more to the world. When you focus on yourself in this way, you actually become more empathetic, more understanding of others. Because you understand the challenges of personal growth, you are more patient with others who are on their own journey. You recognize that everyone is fighting their own battles, striving for their own version of success. This perspective allows you to be more supportive, more encouraging, and ultimately a more positive force in the world around you. When you focus on yourself, you quickly realize that you are the author of your own story. Your success, your happiness, your fulfillment, it all comes down to the choices you make and the actions you take. This realization can be both empowering and intimidating. It puts the responsibility squarely on your shoulders. With that responsibility comes incredible power, the power to shape your life, to create your future, to become the person you have always dreamed of being. And the key to unlocking that power is self-discipline. Self-discipline is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. When you focus on yourself, you give yourself the opportunity to build that muscle every single day. Every time you choose to wake up early to work on your goals, every time you resist a temptation that doesn't align with your values, every time you push through discomfort to grow and improve, you are strengthening your self-discipline. And let me tell you, a strong sense of self-discipline is one of the most valuable assets you can have in life. It's what allows you to stay committed to your goals even when motivation wanes. It's what helps you make the right choices even when they are not the easy choices. It's what separates the achievers from the dreamers. Now, I want to address a common misconception. Some people think that focusing on yourself means isolating yourself, cutting yourself off from others. Nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, when you focus on your own growth and development, you actually enhance your ability to form meaningful connections with others. When you are constantly working on yourself, constantly striving to be better, you become the kind of person that others want to be around. You radiate positivity and purpose. You inspire others by your example. You have more to offer in your relationships because you are continually growing and evolving. Moreover, when you are focused on your own journey, you are less likely to be judgmental of others. You understand that everyone is on their own path, facing their own challenges. This understanding fosters empathy and compassion, allowing you to form deeper, more authentic connections with the people in your life. When you focus on yourself, you naturally start to take more responsibility for your life. Instead of blaming circumstances or other people for your problem, you ask yourself, what can I do to improve this situation? This shift in mindset is incredibly powerful. It moves you from a position of victimhood to a position of empowerment. You are no longer at the mercy of external forces. You are in the driver's seat of your own life. Personal accountability also extends to your successes. When you focus on yourself, you are more likely to acknowledge and celebrate your own achievements. You recognize the hard work and dedication that led to your success rather than attributing it to luck or external factors. This not only boosts your confidence, but also reinforces the behaviors and attitudes that led to that success. When you focus on yourself, you naturally become more attuned to your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. You start to notice patterns in your reactions. You become more conscious of your strengths and weaknesses, and you gain a clear understanding of your values and priorities. This heightened self-awareness is like a superpower. It allows you to make better decisions, to respond rather than react, to align your actions with your values. It helps you navigate challenges with greater ease and grace. And perhaps most importantly, it allows you to be more authentic in your interactions with others and with the world around you. But self-awareness is not just about recognizing your thoughts and feelings. It's also about understanding your impact on others. When you are focused on your own growth, you become more conscious of how your words and actions affect those around you. This awareness allows you to communicate more effectively, to build stronger relationships, and to lead with greater empathy and understanding. When you focus on yourself, you give yourself the space to dream big, to imagine the life you truly want to create. You are not limited by other people's expectations or societal norms. You are free to craft a vision that's uniquely yours. Having a clear personal vision is like having a North Star to guide you. It helps you make decisions, set priorities, and stay motivated even when faced with challenges. It gives your life a sense of purpose and direction. Your personal vision is not set in stone. As you grow and evolve, as you gain new experiences and insights, your vision may change. And that's okay. In fact, it's more than okay. It's a sign that you are growing, that you are becoming more aligned with your true self. When you are focused on yourself, you give yourself permission to regularly revisit and refine your personal vision. You are not afraid to make changes, to set new goals, to dream even bigger dreams, because you understand that life is a journey of constant growth and evolution. When you focus on yourself, on your own growth and development, you naturally start to build genuine, unshakable confidence. This is not the kind of superficial confidence that comes from comparing yourself favorably to others. It's a deep inner confidence that comes from knowing you are constantly striving to be the best version of yourself. This kind of self-confidence is like a beacon. It attracts opportunities, it inspires others, it allows you to take calculated risks and push beyond your comfort zone. When you are truly confident in yourself, you are not afraid of failure, because you know that every experience, whether success or failure, is an opportunity for growth. Moreover, when you are confident in yourself, you are less likely to be swayed by others' opinions or judgments. You are able to stand firm in your convictions, to pursue your goals with unwavering determination, even in the face of criticism or doubt from others. When you focus on yourself, you become more aware of your values, of what truly matters to you. And with this awareness comes a greater commitment to living in alignment with those values. Personal integrity means being true to yourself, honoring your commitments, and living in accordance with your principles. It means doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. When you have strong personal integrity, you build trust, not just with others, but with yourself. This kind of integrity is like a compass. It guides your decisions, shapes your actions, and ultimately determines the quality of your life and relationships. When you live with integrity, you sleep better at night. You have peace of mind knowing that you are being authentic, that you are not compromising your values for short-term gains or fleeting pleasures. When you focus on yourself, you naturally cultivate a growth mindset, a belief that you can always learn, always improve, always become better. This mindset is incredibly powerful because it opens you up to endless possibilities for growth and development. In today's rapidly changing world, the ability to learn and adapt is more crucial than ever. When you are focused on yourself, you are more likely to seek out new knowledge, to embrace challenges as learning opportunities, to step out of your comfort zone in pursuit of growth. This commitment to continuous learning keeps you relevant, adaptable, and resilient. It allows you to stay ahead of the curve, to anticipate changes rather than merely reacting to them. It keeps your mind sharp, your skills fresh, and your perspective broad. When you focus on yourself, you become more attuned to your emotions. You learn to recognize them, understand them, and manage them effectively. This emotional self-awareness is a key component of emotional intelligence. But emotional intelligence is not just about managing your own emotions. It's also about understanding and influencing the emotions of others. When you are focused on your own growth, you become more empathetic, more able to read social cues, more skilled at navigating complex interpersonal dynamics. This emotional intelligence is invaluable in all areas of life. It helps you build stronger relationships, communicate more effectively, resolve conflicts more easily, and lead with greater impact. It allows you to create a positive emotional climate around you, inspiring and motivating others through your words and actions. When you focus on yourself, you recognize the importance of taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. You understand that you can't pour from an empty cup, that to be truly successful and impactful, you need to be operating at your best. Self-care is not selfish. It's essential. It's about respecting yourself enough to give yourself what you need to thrive. This might mean setting boundaries, prioritizing sleep, eating nutritious foods, exercising regularly, or taking time for activities that recharge you. When you practice good self-care, you have more energy, more resilience, more creativity to bring to your goals and relationships. You are better able to handle stress, to bounce back from setbacks, to show up fully in all areas of your life. When you focus on yourself, on developing your unique strengths and qualities, you naturally start to cultivate a personal brand. This is not about creating a false image or pretending to be something you are not. It's about authentically showcasing who you are, what you stand for, and the unique value you bring to the table. Personal brand is like your reputation. It's what people think of when they hear your name. It's the sum total of your skills, experiences, personality, and values. When you are focused on your own growth and development, you are constantly refining and strengthening your personal brand. A strong personal brand can open doors, create opportunities, and set you apart in a crowded marketplace. It can help you build trust, establish credibility, and make a lasting impression on others. But remember, the most powerful personal brands are those that are authentic, consistent, and aligned with your true self. When you focus on yourself, on your own growth and development, you naturally become more resilient. You learn to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. You develop the mental toughness to persevere in the face of setbacks and failures. Resilience is like a psychological immune system. It protects you from the inevitable ups and downs of life, allowing you to bounce back stronger from adversity. When you are resilient, you are not derailed by criticism or failure. You use these experiences as fuel for your growth. Moreover, resilience is not just about bouncing back. It's about bouncing forward. It's about using challenges and setbacks as springboards for growth, learning, and positive change. When you are focused on yourself, you are constantly building this resilience, preparing yourself to not just survive, but thrive in the face of life's challenges. When you focus on yourself, you naturally become more interested in maximizing your productivity, in making the most of your time and energy. You start to analyze your habits, your routines, your work patterns, looking for ways to optimize and improve. Personal effectiveness is not about being busy all the time. It's about being intentional with your time and energy. It's about identifying your most important tasks and giving them your full attention. It's about learning to say no to things that don't align with your goals or values. It's about creating systems and routines that support your success. When you are personally effective, you are able to accomplish more in less time. You are able to make significant progress towards your goals without burning out. You are able to create space in your life for the things that truly matter to you. When you focus on yourself, on understanding and embracing who you truly are, you naturally become more authentic in your interactions with the world. You are not trying to be someone you are not. You are comfortable in your own skin, confident in your own voice. Authenticity is like a magnet. It draws people to you. It builds trust. It creates deeper, more meaningful connections. When you are authentic, you are not wasting energy trying to maintain a false image or live up to others' expectations. You are free to be yourself, to express your true thoughts and feelings, to live in alignment with your values. Moreover, authenticity fuels creativity and innovation. When you are not afraid to be yourself, to share your unique perspective, you are more likely to come up with original ideas, to think outside the box, to challenge the status quo. When you focus on yourself, on your own growth and development, you naturally start to develop leadership qualities. You become more self-directed, more proactive, more willing to take initiative and responsibility. Personal leadership is not about having a fancy title or managing a team of people. It's about leading yourself first. It's about setting a vision for your life, making plans to achieve that vision, and then having the discipline and determination to follow through. When you practice personal leadership, you become a role model for others. You inspire by your example. You motivate through your actions. You become the kind of person that others want to follow, not because you demand it, but because they respect and admire your commitment to growth and excellence. Now let's talk about the power of mindfulness. When you focus on yourself, you become more aware of the present moment, more attuned to your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings. This mindfulness is like a superpower. It allows you to fully engage with life, to make conscious choices rather than operating on autopilot. Mindfulness helps you manage stress, reduce anxiety, and improve your overall well-being. It enhances your ability to focus, to think clearly, to make good decisions. It allows you to enjoy life more fully, to appreciate the small moments, to find joy in the journey rather than always fixating on the destination. Moreover, mindfulness enhances your relationships. When you are fully present, you are a better listener, a more empathetic friend, a more attentive partner. You're able to pick up on subtle cues, to understand others more deeply, to respond with greater wisdom and compassion. Let's explore the concept of personal boundaries. When you focus on yourself, you become more aware of your needs, your limits, your non-negotiables. You learn to set and maintain healthy boundaries, not as walls to keep others out, but as guidelines that define what's acceptable and what's not in your relationships and interactions. Healthy boundaries are essential for your well-being and success. They protect your time and energy, prevent burnout, and ensure that you are able to give your best to the things that matter most to you. They allow you to say no to things that don't align with your values or goals, creating space for the opportunities and relationships that truly serve you. Moreover, when you have clear boundaries, you actually improve your relationships. You are able to be more authentic, more honest, more present with others. You create a foundation of mutual respect and understanding that allows for deeper, more meaningful connections. When you focus on yourself, on understanding and embracing your unique voice, you become more comfortable expressing yourself authentically. Whether it's through your work, your art, your writing, or simply in your day-to-day interactions, you learn to communicate your thoughts, ideas, and feelings more effectively. Self-expression is liberating. It allows you to share your unique perspective with the world, to make your mark, to contribute in a way that only you can. It's a form of self-actualization, a way of bringing your inner world into alignment with your outer reality. When you express yourself authentically, you inspire others to do the same. You create a ripple effect of authenticity and creativity that can have a profound impact on your community and beyond. The concept of personal responsibility. When you focus on yourself, you naturally start to take more responsibility for your life, for your choices, your actions, your results. You recognize that while you can't control everything that happens to you, you can always control your response. Taking personal responsibility is empowering. It moves you from a victim mentality to a creator mentality. Instead of blaming others or circumstances for your problems, you ask yourself, what can I do to improve this situation? This shift in perspective opens up a world of possibilities and opportunities. When you take responsibility for your life, you become more proactive. You don't wait for things to happen to you. You make things happen. You become the author of your own story, the creator of your own destiny. When you focus on yourself, you give yourself the gift of time. Time to pause, to look inward, to examine your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. This self-reflection is like a compass, helping you navigate the complexities of life with greater wisdom and insight. Regular self-reflection allows you to learn from your experiences, to identify patterns in your behavior, to understand your strengths and weaknesses more deeply. It helps you make better decisions, set more meaningful goals, and stay aligned with your values. Moreover, self-reflection enhances your emotional intelligence. It helps you understand your emotional triggers, manage your reactions more effectively, and respond to others with greater empathy and understanding.